Hello, everyone. My name is David McLeod, and I am your life mastery coach and best-selling lead author of the new book, Gifts of Wisdom, Practices for Healing and Empowerment, which is now available on Amazon at the link below. Welcome to my chapter reading sessions for this book, in which you get to meet each author and listen in during a personal reading of that person's entire chapter from this amazing book. Today, my guest is Ricki McKenna, who contributed chapter 20. Ricki is a certified nutritionist and dream builder coach. She's also a chef, show host, speaker, best-selling author, and grandma who loves people. And as you will quickly discover, she also loves preparing and sharing food. Welcome, Ricki, and thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, David. It's wonderful to be here.
Well, you and I have become good friends over the last few years, and I'm really delighted that you decided to join this project. Aside from the fact that you know me and love me, what was your real reason for wanting to be part of this project?
Oh, well, that was the truth, David. I do love you, and I appreciate what you do and who you are.
Yeah,
The
thank
reason
you.
for joining it was I believe that I have something to contribute to the world in the sense that people don't understand food. There's so many myths out there and so many misconceptions about food and what's healthy and what isn't, or healthful and what isn't. So I really wanted to get the word out. And in my own cookbook, which is also on Amazon, there's some interesting nutritional information where I bust a few myths. And my point in joining in here is I feel it's my wisdom after, I just turned 80, and I have a lot to offer people as far as wisdom and life. And to me, food is life. So this is my concern, and this is how my story worked up. And
Beautiful.
thank you for allowing me to be in the book. I'm honored.
Well, it's my pleasure, really. And so you talk about food, that obviously is an important aspect of your life, but I suspect that, I know you to be a very playful and joyful and spiritually uplifting person. I mean, I've experienced this in my life, and it's always a joy to be with you. And I know that you bring that kind of fun energy to pretty much anything you do. And so tell us a little bit about how you decided to write your chapter. Was food always the number one choice as far as your chapter is concerned, or did that come about in a process, or what happened?
It was a little bit of both, actually. People are my number one concern. I've always loved being with people. It was tough for me in COVID not to be around people other than my close family, excuse me. And food has always been important to me because I like to eat. I really do. And I love to create. And I've taken my creative juices into the kitchen. I also meditate when I'm in the kitchen, which may sound
Right.
funny to some people, but I find it very relaxing. And my creativity comes out in the way of mixing things and bringing things together, which I do with people as well. Many years ago, just as a quick side note, I was given a Mayan name, and it's White Crystal World Bridger, which I'm
Wow.
getting chills when I say that, which means for many, many decades now, I've brought people together, and usually it's over food, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or just a snack, or just a drink. I love the conviviality of people and food together. And
Right.
so when COVID hit, I started doing this online, and it's continued from 2020 till now. It's a weekly show, and it's a show and tell, actually, but it's live, so it's interactive. So people can ask questions, and I welcome questions because this is how I can bring the answers to people and help them in creating in their own kitchens and really living healthy lives, eating good food.
Beautiful.
And
Well,
you
that
can,
sounds pretty exciting, and so I don't want to waste any more time here. I would really like to just get down and dirty and have you read your chapter. So, my friends, please pay full attention to Ricki McKenna as she reads chapter 20, queen of the intuitive kitchen, hacks for prepping and making great meals easy and fun.
My story. Fire! Oh no, flashed through my mind as I blurted, "Oop, excuse me," at the Zoom screen. I grabbed a dish towel, two-stepped sideways, swiftly opened the oven door, and smothered the flames, licking at the lower rack. And fortunately, they'd been visible outside the bottom of the oven. Phew, that was a nightmare avoided. "Hi, I'm back from smothering a fire in the oven," I shakily grinned at my cooking class, the audience whose surprised faces showed a mix of astonishment and then horror. As my pounding heart returned to normal, I explained with a laugh, "Well, ladies, today's impromptu kitchen hack from Ricki's Kitchen is how to smother a fire in your oven. And it's not with water. Use a cotton kitchen towel. It seems this dish was too darn hot to handle in more ways than one." The class continued. Prepare for a journey that's not only safer and healthier, but also a heck of a lot of fun. It's my gift to you to encourage you into a long-lasting, healthy life of fun, ease, and joy. And with a blend of science and down-to-earth advice, we'll shatter some food myths, dish out some nifty nutritional hacks, and make picking foods and a lifestyle that treat your mind, body, and taste buds a breeze. You'll be inspired with some nutritional hacks for saving money and time, and make your kitchen a great place to hang out, as everyone usually does, where you create fabulous food easier, safer, fireproofed, with less stress and more fun. This part of my story began in March of 2020, when in-person networking and social gatherings were banished from public venues to working from home. The restrictions of COVID-19 presented a strange form of a gift I now treasure. It challenged me to reinvent myself for the 10th or 11th time, learn new skills, and allowed me to do something I loved, play in my kitchen. I'm a foodie with a passion for intuitively creative cooking and a mission to share that know-how. As the world spun into chaos, my pots and pans became my saviors, and my whisks and spices my faithful companions. Who knew that quarantine would turn me into a culinary maven, navigating the mechanisms of Zoom and the uncharted territory of homemade spanakopita? Longing to stay active and productive and continue my nutrition business, which involves in-person meetings, counseling, and consulting, I awoke one mid-March morning with the thought, I've been telling people for years that food is medicine. It's time to show them how to do it. And Zoom is the perfect medium. Pandemic cooking classes were born. These engaging, informative classes sprang from a fierce desire to provide the public with valid facts to help them navigate the pandemic and beyond, to give them a sense of real control over their health. For decades, we've been inundated with mixed and confusing messages about food and eating right. It was time to bring order to the chaos. You remember the saying, "Do what you love and the money will follow"? Well, my angels giggled when my fiance excitedly agreed to my crazy plan to start a fun educational cooking class online from our kitchen. As we chop, mince, mix, saute, spill stuff, extinguish fires, laugh, and create simple, scrumptious dishes live on Zoom, we aim to bring clarity and joy to the table. I'm tickled to share how my amazing Mr. Fix-It, Richard, who we affectionately call the Hand, a nickname he earned by sneakily reaching in his hand to snatch a sample of the completed food from the chopping block, so only his hand ever made it to the camera, brilliantly improvised a wooden platform nailed to a stepladder for my computer setup, with the main camera perfectly focused on our chopping block topped island. I stand at the far end, facing the camera, and passionately demonstrate how to create miraculous meals in less than 60 minutes. We also swap ideas and tips during the class so it's mutually beneficial, which is the ideal. A few classes later, topping his usual sparks of ingenuity, the hand connected a supplementary camera above the stove, aimed at the front burner so my audience could easily see the food cooking. I am now able to switch views as needed. Kudos to my sweetheart, the inventor. Of course, he knew he'd get to eat all the goodies we created as a continual bonus after all his work. And at that time, I was 76. I acquired yet another technical skill. So pandemic cooking officially took off. 6 months and more than 30 classes later, I realized food and cooking are forever. Pandemics aren't, thank God. Pandemic consequently morphed into pan-tuitive cooking. Excuse me. And then there's more you have to do began gnawing at my brain as the classes progressed. For years, I scribbled on pieces of paper, imagining writing a cookbook based on nutritional science using foods, herbs, spices, and intuition until my desktop looked like a confetti heap. While the hacks and the recipes were carefully filed, everything else was piled to the point of insanity. This finally induced a fury of clearing and attempts at feng shuiing my office. Somewhere between the colorful heap, the money corner, and the filing drawers, I knew I had accumulated valuable material for a great book. To paraphrase Emerson, interesting things happen when you make a decision. The universe hears and conspires with you to make it happen. A bit of history. Before moving back from Houston from Aspen, Colorado, I had manufactured and sold gourmet soups, organic gourmet soups at farmers markets and shops for several years. I gained many followers who loved the soups. Several swore, "We're losing weight eating your amazing soups." That's a quote. They also began eating according to their individualized tips for healthier living and reaped the benefits from my coaching and classes. For 15 years, my healthy food and lifestyle coaching was truly making a difference for people. I realized I was onto something that people wanted. Several of my dearest clients and friends in Houston now say they're feeling more energetic and alive since modifying their diets according to my recommendations, including Richard the Hand. I've become their favorite nutritionist. They all insisted, "You need to share this magic and publish a book." So with a nudge or 10 from everyone, I finally decided to leap. Having no clue about publishing a solo book, I followed my intuition again. That voice in my head and heart led me to consult with a couple of friends who've published several books in the same genre of healthy lifestyle, preventive medicine, food, and consciousness. I investigated the lengthy process of organization, selecting vital nutrition information that would keep readers intrigued, sorting, creating easy, fun recipes, and choosing photos, type styles, and sizes. Holy crap, what was I thinking? Publishing a book is a lot of work. And here's a quote from Alan Cohen. "Self-doubt is one of the most insidious saboteurs of joy and success. The antidote is confidence in the unique talents and gifts that life has bestowed upon you. Only a few believe in their talents enough to capitalize on them." So with that, the adventure of my sharing my passion with the world kept me going. There was no turning back. It was 2020. I was super motivated to continue my classes on Zoom and began organizing and outlining my first draft for a cookbook to publish on Amazon. Surprisingly, it flowed easier than I expected, and it launched on Amazon in March of 2021, almost exactly 1 year after the decision to go for it. Amazon prints paperbacks. Ever try to keep your paperback or hardcover books from open to stay flat so it's easy to read and follow recipes? Mine demanded spiral binding. Reminder, you don't have to do all this yourself, all by yourself. Thanks to friends and referrals, I found a shop with the required capabilities. So on receipt of the paperbacks, I schlepp them to a local wonderful printer and have the bindings spiralized. Good idea. The large print is easy to read, and I don't have to prop it open with soup cans, commented the buyer from an 80-year-old well-known Houston store as he ordered several dozen. It's the only cookbook like it on the shelves. I did it. Yes, You Can Eat Well and Eat Right has been available in paperback and ebook forms on Amazon and in a spiral bound form through my website since April of 2021. Thus began my journey into publishing my nutrition-based cookbooks. What does your heart secretly long for? What lights you up? What's on your bucket list that hasn't been done yet? A lesson confirmed at age 74. Some old phrases and cliches still hold water, and people will listen to what you say, even when they're as simple as handy kitchen hacks and tips. Now that books accompany me for live speaking and networking, I agree that having a published book gives a speaker more credibility. I can help more people. As one happy follower commented about my book, even though I've been cooking and baking for a long time, I've found many valuable hints and tips I will incorporate into my cooking. My point? Life continues with more confidence, and I grow daily. I've celebrated a few more birthdays, led more online classes, and gathered some shareable wisdom along the way. From a dear friend and collaborator, I have learned self-care is giving the world the best of you, not what's left of you. A brilliant reminder for us all. The practice. Here's your good hacks for your kitchen safety, self-care, and healthful lifestyle choices. Freeze lemon and orange zest in tightly closed glass jars for quick access and easy use. Use a good veggie wash for all veggies and fruits, even bananas that share the fruit bowl, as soon as you get them home. The reason? All those hands and sneezes from the market may have left residues beside the chemicals and packing materials on your food. For safe and long-lasting storage, spin or towel dry all your leafy greens after washing them, whether it's lettuce, spinach, or grate, and store them wrapped lightly in paper towels or lintless dishcloths, and then in green storage bags or lintless dish towels. Store them in the green storage bags. You can get green bags, which are available in supermarkets and online. Your food will last longer, and you'll save time and money, and your greens won't wilt before you can eat them. Sharp knives matter. Learn to sharpen or find a YouTube video or have them sharpened often as needed. You can easily slice tomato skins, save slipping and cutting fingers with sharp knives. Tomato skins can be tough, especially when ripe. Your sharp knife should cut them easily. Use the correct knife for the job. Paring knives are great for small foods, larger ones for meats, and larger, tougher vegetables like carrots, parsnips, beets, etc. Choose the knives with which you are comfortable and the ones that work best for the job. Here's one. Wash all can tops with soap and water before opening. Who knows what critters crawled on them in transporting or in the back room of the store. Wash your spice jars and bottles frequently. They get sticky and can transfer bacteria. Chiffonade, leafy greens like Swiss chard, spinach, and basil for easy cooking and garnishes. And here's how you do it. Stack the leaves, one on top of the other, roll tightly, and slice perpendicular to the roll. It's good for soups, for crepes as well. Smash individual garlic cloves gently with the flat side of a chef's knives to easily peel. Refrigerate peeled, ready-to-use garlic in a glass with a double layer of plastic wrap under the jar top. It saves the refrigerator from smelling like garlic. Here's an important: read labels on everything that's in a package. Food jars, boxes, plastic bags, even wine. If there are ingredients you don't recognize, look them up on your phone or call me. Know that there are some safe packaged foods like fermented foods, organic butter, freshly packed raw non-GMO vegetables and fruits, and more. There are over 24 different sugar substitutes from various sources and ingredients. Some are safe, some are not. Be careful of your choices and check the internet, or you can call me. For cleaning fruits and vegetables, I recommend Truly Free Fruit and Vegetable Wash. It's economical and can be refilled, which cuts down on repetitive plastic bottles. It's available on my website under recommendations or just online. After serving a variety of people for the past 24 years, their needs, their bodies, circumstances, and connections to food, I've learned more than a few facts about living well with joy and staying free from disease. I hungrily research a lot. Remember, we are each a unique child of the universe, biochemically, physically, and psychologically. Therefore, when you eat well and eat right for your body, consciously choose healthy lifestyle that works for you and your family and you will have better chances of achieving and maintaining healthy lives with food as your medicine. I do have a disclaimer. The purpose of this chapter is not meant to diagnose, cure, or in any way prescribe or give medical advice. These statements are for informational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or prescription. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you read in this chapter. Now, here's several myths, nutritional myths, and the truths. Myth 1: organic foods are not affordable on a budget. The truth is, organic foods can help prevent disease since they're grown without using commercial fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides that may interrupt your body's natural processes. Reduce sensitivities and allergies and doctor bills. Eat cleaner food. Myth 2: tap water everywhere is safe to drink. Truth: to know for certain what's in your tap water and where it comes from, contact your local water utility. The Environment Protection Agency, the EPA, requires all water suppliers to issue an annual report to their customers called a Consumer Confidence Information Page. And it's a Consumer Confidence Report. To learn more, look for your water report on the EPA's local drinking water information page at www.epa.gov/safewater/DWinfo/index.html. If you're not sure, invest in a good filter for your kitchen for drinking and cooking. They are effective, cost less than plastic bottled water, and you'll not clog up the environment with more plastic as well. Myth 3, carbohydrates are bad for you. The truth, your body needs good carbs. The complex ones from complex vegetables and fruits provide you with energy along with a balance of proteins and fats. Foods like baked goods and fried foods are not always the best. Choose fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Add an egg, proteins and fats to your oatmeal, which is carbs, to get more lasting energy from your breakfast. Myth 4, food doesn't need to be colorful or attractive, it's just food. Truth, we eat first with our eyes. Adding color to your meals brings your senses into the experience. Your eyes get to participate and enjoy food almost as much as your mouth does. The bonus is the variety of colors and foods brings you different vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients your body wants and needs. This also helps prevent disease. Myth 5, food can't prevent disease. Let me repeat that. Food can't prevent disease. That's a myth. Truth is, yes, it can. Here's one example. Fish and seafood are excellent lean protein sources without any of the saturated fats of meat. Introducing more seafood into your diet may yield numerous health and nutrition benefits. Seafood is also better than meat as it lowers the risk of heart disease, stroke, and several cancers associated with consuming meat. And that comes from WebMD. With a shopping basket full of self-care, confidence, the support of friends and family, and my perpetual quest for understanding leading the way, I hope I've given you some concepts, ideas, and positive arguments for eating consciously and with thoughtful planning. Listen for your still, small, and sometimes screaming inner voice. It's the truth you can always trust. And here's to your healthy lifestyle and hearty appetite.
Wow, thank you so much, Ricki. There's a lot of great stuff in that.
Thank you, David, for the opportunity to read it.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much brilliance in there. All those great suggestions, all those tips and hacks, plus a lot of myths that you were talking about. I think there's just so much value in that chapter. I just want to say thank you. I mean, yeah, I found it very touching and valuable.
Thank you, especially if you like to eat and survive. Yeah.
Well,
and there's more.
Yeah, I think most of us like to survive. I'm not sure about whether we like to eat or not. I guess I certainly do. And I certainly enjoy good foods and so forth. You know, I was listening as you were talking about the organic food thing. I thought about that too, and I remember thinking, yeah, the organic stuff, that's just so expensive. What's really the benefit of doing that? And you highlighted a couple of points that I think are really, really important. You know, if you eat good quality foods, then it may be more expensive to pay for than the regular foods, but you make up that expense by not having to make as many doctor visits or that sort of thing. And that's what I think really people need to understand.
Yes, it is absolutely the truth. We have choices.
Yeah, we have choices, and let's face it, we don't always make the right choice for ourselves, do we? I certainly have made many bad choices in my time.
We all have, myself included, I have to admit it. It's consciousness, David, and I think more people in the universe are becoming more conscious of their actions and the effects of their actions, the consequences, right. And in some cases, and the benefits, hopefully more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And food
Well,
is
beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing your chapter and for being here today, Ricki. It's just been a pleasure listening to you share. I mean, it's all been very, very inspiring. And my friends, what you've just heard is another example of some of the fantastic and inspiring material that's available in our book, Gifts of Wisdom. If you haven't already purchased a copy, or if you'd like to consider giving one to your friends, then please head over to our Amazon book page. Again, I've included the link below. Also, if you'd like to connect with Ricki McKenna directly, please reach out to her on her website at rickieskitchen.net. That link is also at the bottom of the screen here. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope I'll see you again in some of the other sessions for this chapter reading series. And I wish you love, light, and blessings on your continuing journey. Bye-bye for now.